All right, welcome to the End of the World podcast. I'm here with my boy Seth from the band Aware. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Welcome to Waterford Hills.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. How you been, bro?
I've been good, been bad, but mainly just been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you're doing making music, you know.
My freaking beard's got caught.
It got caught in your shirt.
No, it's been good. Just had some family things recently, but other than that, we've been getting up. The band, as far as what's been going on, maybe new album coming soon. I'm not sure. Might not be sure.
Yeah.
Might be.
Yeah.
No. we're trying to get some new songs going. We actually debuted one that I got to write on the show after my birthday, which was at the Goldfield.
Oh.
And that was pretty cool because you never know with when you play playing covers, people know. Yeah. Like they can sing along to it, they know the songs, but with originals they don't know.
Right.
Some of them, if they've been to your shows enough or they know, heard it on Spotify or wherever the streaming is, then they know the songs. But sometimes it's almost like an audition.
Yeah.
Like, oh, are they going to like it? They're gonna... And just looking around, people are dancing. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, this is cool. Yeah. This is a good sign.
Especially because you guys are on the rise right now. Like, you guys are still putting your name out there. I feel like every show, especially like shows out of town. Because I feel like in the 2 night, I feel like you guys, there's going to be some people that know you guys, but out of town, I feel like people would always be like, I feel like you guys would have that feeling like, dang, do they like us or do they not? Because it's just different audiences, you know? Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever been to like a live show that you guys got like a weird vibe? Like it just wasn't a good night. Or, I think it was terrible, but it was just off, you know?
There'd be as far as audience being off, not really. But there'd be the nights where we'd either play for nobody, or they'd play for 2 people in the audience, which would be our lead singer's mom or my brother. You know, but ultimately it's those kind of gigs that you have to go through. Yeah, you know, it's like being a YouTuber or any kind of content creator. You have to go through the videos or the songs that have 3 plays or 3 views, 2 views, sometimes no views. Yeah. So that first 100 feels so good though. You know, it's all a progression, but definitely playing in new cities, it's an audition in a way. Will they like it? Well, then I'm very humbled for the fact that they do. Yeah. You know, or even after the second chorus, they're singing along to it. And I'm like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That means that they could pick up on it, you know, and it's catchy and that's good, man.
This is especially for Stevie, shout out to V, my lead singer, who writes the songs. It's for him, it's to hear something that you were writing on paper or just on the edge of your bed, you know, and people singing it back to you. It's whoa.
That must be a great feeling, bro. I always think about the songwriters that, you know, people singing their lyrics. I feel like it has to be a beautiful feeling, kind of out of this world feeling. It has to be something you don't feel all the time unless people, you know, it's one of those once in a while feelings where you're just grateful and kind of appreciative, you know. Yeah. That's cool.
Because it's really easy to think on the flip side, they're to think negative. Oh, they're not gonna like it. This sucks. This is garbage. You know, especially with guitar. It's hard for me. There's 1,000 millions of other people with that also do this thing with this wooden instrument on you, play these beautiful chords, these beautiful riffs, and so it's how am I gonna stand out? How are you gonna stand out? You know, but it's the fact that people can get by it or simply just want to play it because they saw someone else do it or they saw you do it. Yeah, it's okay, we're doing something right here. I'm doing something right here.
That's cool, bro. But what made you pick up that instrument? Take me back to when you picked up the instrument or the origins, you know?
Yeah. So with guitar, this is just a big shout out to my family too. They always had TV shows or cartoons or something playing with a guitar around it, the Disney we grew up with. There's always the posters of with the floating guitar, High School Musical or. Do you remember the Disney XD show, I'm in the Band? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Every time I bring up someone, they don't remember it.
No, I remember
it. Man. Yeah. But stuff like that. And I just always loved guitar, whether it was surf guitar or rock guitar. And enough to where I would even see it my friends in church or their dads play it. I'm I want to do that. Yeah. Or even seeing it on the internet. Yeah. Guitar players from the 80s, they're Slash or Eddie Van Halen. Yeah. Lincoln Brewster today, you know?
Instrument, you fell in love with that instrument, not much like what kind of genre, just the instrument. And anything, like you say, even in Disney Channel, like you would hear like, in some type of theme song.
It was just cool.
And you were like, oh, that's dope. Like, it's like an earworm, like it kind of gets you like, I don't know, that happens to me all the time. Like every time I listen to electric guitar, I'm like, oh. Because I love electric guitar, dude. Just like a couple of notes. Like for me, that's just like, dude, that's dope, you know?
Even if it's not like a bunch of shreddy notes, like something as simple as like Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix, you know, like something like do 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 do, like it's like, oh, this gets it across, you know, like. But a lot of the video games me and my older brother played had cool guitar stuff, like Shadow, and Sonic, like Crush 40, kind of like do 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 do. And then my friends, like my older brother's friends, played guitar, and I would ask them to teach me. Just be like, hey, can you teach me to Green Day? Can you teach me Boulevard of Broken Dreams? Can you teach me Time of Your Life? Because I'm just like, how can I do this thing that I'm hearing on my computer screen, my dad's computer screen right here? Like, how do I do that? Yeah. But then like it took, for Time of Your Life, it took so long to get that pattern. Get that pattern down, and then to finally get it down, but then like, you know, being like a bonfire circle around friend group, and we're all just or after band practice, we're all singing it, you know, it's like, oh, this is cool, this is a wholesome kind of thing. Not only is it like you learn the instrument, but it's like a shared bond almost, like not quite the guitar guy at the party, but in a way, like sometimes you'd be like, hey, like, you want to play a song that we all know? Like, yeah, and then now everyone's singing.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But the origins was like just being around it all the time, and then my family was very humbled, very blessed that they gave me like outlets and items to help me get better. Like when I turned 13, my grandparents gifted me my first guitar lessons, and it was kind of through VMI, which is Valley Music Institute. Shout out to them too. VMI and the old Gottschalk Center that was by the DMV. Stone, do you remember?
That's where I got my trumpet.
Yeah, really? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, so many, I've heard stories like they get their violins or trumpets from there.
I went there a couple of times. I actually have the trumpet under the piano right there.
Really? Oh, that's what all those are.
Okay. That's old school. Dude. I played 4 years in that, so if I become famous, I could be on something like, oh, Mario played a trumpet.
We gotta have this guy on trumpet, have him on horns, man. No, because Giovanni plays sax. Shout out to Giovanni, dude. It's gonna be a lot of shout outs from me. I know a lot of people that were on here or that could be on here. So
shout out to Giovanni for sure, man. That guy's
great guy.
Just like you, he was playing the piano too, and he was like, dude, he was looking at the instrument. He's like, oh, what? You know,
so in my house, my dad has a black Kawai piano, and every time he comes over, without fail, he's like, I'm gonna go to your piano, or I'll just hear him start playing on it. And it's like, it's so cool because like it really does like attract people, even if it's like, even if they play piano or not, it's like cool to like,
it is, dude.
Like piano, this is cool. I wanna like
just playing along, bro. Just being able to play or get on it and just a couple of notes, dude. I feel like that's already like exceeds a lot of people, or a lot of things that a lot of people want to do, so it's kind of cool, man.
I was just very lucky my dad was around to play it, like can kind of just watch him do it. I'd just be bashing the key, then he finally taught me. And
but when was it like when you start playing guitar like to like a wider audience, like pretty much like on shows or just playing it,
Definitely like after high school.
After high school,
graduated, because it was honestly like 4 straight years of me being like afraid to try. Like I would kind of like make songs and beats, but I would never release them. So I was like, oh, what if I get cooked? What if this? What if they? It was that judgment cloud kind of centering my brain, and freaking. Then after, it was just one event led to another. Then it led to me meeting Giovanni, Isaiah, Joe, and Alex, which led to Black Hole Taxi.
How'd you guys meet them? Like, was it through just through the music?
It was through Indiana.
Oh, Indiana.
At the time.
Yeah, shout out to Indiana. I went to elementary school with them. So I know that guy.
I actually haven't talked with him in a minute. It was through him because he was like, "You want to just start a band, dude?" I'm like, honestly, I always have. So he it was 100 people later. and in the Dutch Bros drive-thru, and then I think that 101st was Isaiah's roommate.
Yeah.
That was like, actually, my roommate plays, which, by the way, for context, Black Hole Taxi Cab was my first band. Previously interviewed on this show.
Oh, yeah.
But,
before the rebrand. How long was that? 3 years ago?
Yeah. 3, 4 years, almost.
And Giovanni, as we were talking about, like, I think it was 3 years or 4 years.
Time goes by.
It was like 2021.
Mm-hmm.
2020. Like, yeah, it has to be 2021.
But yeah, we all met. Pretty much, yeah, met through the music, met through events. Like, I met Giovanni in the line of Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking, and then all of a sudden, this dude with a beard and a kind of samurai ponytail kind of came, like, walking up to the car. It's like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, and I'm like, man, who's this hippie, bro? This guy is good vibe. I like it, you know? And then he mentioned he was a musician, and then we looked up his Instagram, and he had a bunch of synth stuff and his guitar stuff. I'm like, dude, this is the guy. Yeah. Like, without even, like, not even having to practice yet. It was like, this is just from that cool interaction in the drive-thru. Yeah. Like,
he's very artistic, with his music. Like, he plays all instruments. He's like a little like young Prince, you know? Like,
when
right
he
there.
plays, it's like you can see, like, a purple ocean behind him. I don't know. Like, it's like you can see the energy in his head.
Yeah, I see the colors.
Right.
Yeah, he's very vibrant. Like,
he's very, dude.
Colors when he's talking. Even when he's talking, like, even the podcast, like, I was getting, like, super, like, I don't know, like he was like a musician. I don't know, like, he has some type of magic in him. Like, just the way he was talking about the music. I could just see colors when he's talking, you know? He's just that vibrant, you know?
Some people have that part of literally part of their aura. I know aura's been overused over the past 2 years, but it literally,
it's true, though.
Some people, it glows on them.
For real.
Even that first practice, Isaiah, he thought he was 30. Isaiah thought Giovanni was.
Oh, boy.
Well, because, like, he was, like, his beard, he had a hella long beard. He had, like, his sandals with socks, and he was like, hey, let's play guitar. And I'm like, I didn't know, but, like, and he was like, oh yeah, like, I'm 20, like, all the rest of us were, and we're like, okay, cool. Then after that we were like, you want to be in the band? And he said yeah, and then that's what led to the first kind of music connection, camaraderie of
kind of
Giovanni,
like
you know? That was kind of the start of it.
Damn.
And I had no idea, like, honestly, like, even with the band, like, because it kind of dispersed over time.
Yeah, everybody, like, got busy with their life.
Got busy with it.
Just did their
members
own thing.
leaving.
Yeah,
or they had to move.
Yeah,
stuff not really working out.
Right.
And then we kind of just, like, came to a point where we were just like, let's just not.
Really, well, don't want to force it, even though everybody's kind of like, you don't want to.
But the friendship kind of, like, the friendship, camaraderie stayed together, and that's cool. That's what I'm glad for.
That's cool. That's all that matters at the end of the day. You know, that it stays the same, doesn't get weird. You know, but no, that's cool. And now you're in a different band now. You know, like, you've been strong for a couple years already. I've seen that Black Hole Taxi Cab, and I love that song, by the way. You guys came up with
Urban Lights.
I like that because. Like, it was just that time era.
That was a staple.
I like that song, dude. That was a staple
in life.
It was actually in my top 100 songs of that year when it came out.
I remember that. You were like, you were one of our, like, top listeners. I was like, and you shouted it out anytime you could, which I appreciate.
Not for sure, for sure.
Because that, just the creation of that too. Because, like, I'm even looking back now, like, 2026. I'm 24 now, and when we made that song, I was just barely turning 20, and all of us were, really, and we made that. That wasn't my first song that I made, but that was my first song with a band, so it was big. I was like, oh my gosh, like, we just did this, you know. We made it in Isaiah's dorm. We had our vocal booths be his dorm bathrooms with the FL Studio on his monitor, his big old TV monitor. It was the most, like, guerrilla process of making it. But we didn't even care. We were just like, you know what? We're in the moment. We're making. It was just like.
But the memories too that go with it. I feel like that has to be like, dude, remember when we did that song? Like, that's just dope. Like,
well, because we're, like, still making, especially, like, Giovanni and Zay. You know, like, Giovanni's gone on more of, like, a solo route with Grey Undo and his stuff, which has been amazing. If you guys have the opportunity to listen to it, please.
Yeah, good. It's good stuff for sure.
I've been fortunate to have a guitar solo on one of his songs.
Yeah, I remember we mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen too, because I didn't. That song that had so many different phases. It was gonna be a Black Hole song at first, and then slowly like the tempo of it changed, and then it changed into this cool, chill kind of like nighttime Animal Crossing almost with the drum beat kind of thing, and then it turned into 747, and like I didn't know it was gonna be in that key when he released it. Like it was in like the key of F and all that. Like it was like.
And that's all recently,
it's a pleasant
right?
surprise, yes.
So that's the thing that's pretty cool. You guys like the band.
Well, actually, no. The song was not like you mean the release. The release recording. Yeah, the release was recent. Yeah, but that song dates back like 2 years, 2.5 years, I think.
Since the Black Hole Taxi Cab days, or what? But that's cool though. Like you guys are not together no more as a band, but. Like you guys still did it. It's kind of like a little side of that history, you know. It's like a little like what's it called? Like a little B side or a little like like you know like kind of what's it called? Like a series that is not the main series, but it's kind of a different series. Spinoff. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was spinoff like thing. I can't think of the fucking word, but spinoff. Yeah, like that was a spinoff of Black Hole Taxi Cab, but as a solo. Everybody's like a solo. Like it's credited as a solo. Like all you guys were solo artists, so that's dope. You know, so it's cool. And now you're with the Band Aware. Tell me about that. How'd you guys like even meet? Were you still in the other band? Or were you already like long gone? Like,
so not at that point. Okay. So when I met Aware, I was still in Black Hole. We were kind of like on a no gigging but yes writing kind of phase. Okay. Like, and so we weren't really like, we weren't gigging, which, I mean, we weren't really like getting, at that point we had maybe 3 under our belt, which one of those managed to raise, it was part of a fundraiser, and it was getting donated to like Miracle Children's Hospital Network, and raised like $8,000. And I was like, that was cool to be a part of. For sure. We had it was a show like in the middle of the Stan State kind of square field center with the duck pond. So we were kind of in the middle of the grass. Yeah, shout out Stan State. That's my alma matter. So. Shout out Stan State. I graduated there. My family graduated from, and my sister's going there too. And Isaiah graduated from there. Yeah, Stan State. And plus it's like music composition. Right. Freaking nerd. No, I'm kidding. Him and Giovanni they are music whizzes. Yeah. But yeah, my ADHD did it again. Where was I going with this? No, with the Band Aware? The Band Aware, yeah. We were in a no gigging, yes writing. Yeah. Quote unquote kind of thing. That's a stupid kind of way to put it, but there was a restaurant in downtown Modesto that used to be called Ralston's Goat. I don't know what it's called now. It changed names 2 different times after Ralston's. But it's right next to rebrand. Running through it, dude. Man. Yeah, but it's the one right next to Brendan Theater. Okay. Like and it used to be called Ralston's Goat, and they used to host an open mic night every Wednesday. And like when we were in high school, the Queen Bean was like they had one of their open mics, and all I heard was like stories from there, like cool stuff. Like, oh man, the Queen Bee, there's a singer, and I never went. And then I feel there was like almost like a point where like I felt like I missed that. But then when I went to Ralston's, and I met Stevie, Jagger, and Troy, and all the musician buddies that I met at that time, that was kind of like, oh, this is like my Queen Bee in a way. Like this is like the era that I missed. Right. So when I went, I was just going. Just to go, a couple of my friends that I would just see at Guitar Center were like, "You should come by to Ralston's." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, just to check it out, you know. Like, but then I got asked to play drums. One of my buddies, Crow and Manny, for their old band. Shout out to them. And then they asked me to play drums because their drummer had like fractured his wrist at the time. And so they're like, "Hey, can you play drums with us?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd be down." And plus, that was kind of like my first time doing like that kind of like performance in a way. Like that's not like in like a school choir, you know, like or like a school band, like or like church worship, which is like still good, but like it's different, like because then you're like in front of people with no like you're like, oh shoot, like especially in like an open street, open mic kind of setting. Yeah, it's kind of like not like pressure, but it's like, hey, it's on you now. Yeah, like, you better. People are watching. Like, people are watching. Yeah, whether they know it or not, they're walking up and down, like hearing it, and So drumming there was really fun the first time, and people were having a good time. And then through like the weeks, like as the weeks went by, I would jam more and more on the instruments. Like I would jam on bass one week, jam on drums, and then that's how like I would meet Stevie and Jagger. I didn't know it was Stevie and Jagger at the time, but I know at Guitar Center one time I walked past Stevie without even realizing it was him one time because it was he had he wears a leather jacket or not leather, denim jacket. He wears a denim jacket now, but back then he had a gray denim jacket with all kinds of pins and all kinds of like. And I was like, that was the Aware guy. You know, I'm like not even thinking that 2 weeks later I would be asked to join his band.
That's crazy.
But how that happened was I was jamming some songs like some Jimi Hendrix or some like Beatles sing along stuff on the mic, and then the old bassist for the band, he had mentioned, hey, Stevie likes you, and he wanted to invite you to practice next week at his house and a little barbecue at the end. And I said yes, but at that time I'm like, I was the new fish in the pond. Like everyone had their friends and their cliques in a way, you know. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm gonna be like, what? I'm okay. Like, I'm not gonna know anyone there. Like, okay, but it was cool. Like, cause then the actual practice, there were like a couple people that I knew at the mic night there, and then it was at Stevie's house. Yeah. And it wasn't even like, at first, like I was like sitting on like his dad's truck bed, and the garage was open, and they were practicing just like because Where was a 3-piece at the time. And kind of like a Rush or like a Jimi Hendrix experience kind of thing. Kind of like
the original Kiss before they found Ace.
Yeah,
you're the Ace. Before they found you, they was just a 3-piece. That was a Kiss reference. A lot of people don't know that shit. No, we know it. We know it.
Gosh, man, I'm gonna take a
rest in peace to Ace, dude. Man. I love fucking. He's my favorite member of the group. Yeah, but that's cool. So they started as a 3-piece, and then.
Man, dude, that made me happy.
I got you.
Crazy lore drop.
I was planning it to bring up Kiss at one point. That was my first.
I probably was gonna accidentally bring him up at one point.
Or you or me, for sure. It'd be one of us for real.
No, it was a 3-piece, and they sounded great. Like it was like a full band. Like, I remember just thinking like, oh man, like they should have a lead guitarist. Like, but then that was it. That just like left my mind after. Because they were playing like 3 Days Grace, gosh, what's I can't think of the band names right now, but they were playing like all kinds of covers with originals too, and the originals, like the people at the mic night back then were singing too. Like Simple, one of the first like Aware songs. I heard that like way, like it was released like 2024 or 2023, I think. And but I was hearing that like 2022, like back like when it wasn't even finalized yet. Like the lyrics weren't final, you know. There was some changes, so you hear some videos that like my old gallery. It's like, oh, you changed that, you know. Like, but it's cool to have those. But like to hear these like sitting on like the truck bed, I'm like, man, they're a great band. Like this is good. And then they took like a break, and then Stevie's guitar was right there, and I was like, you mind if I play? He's like, yeah, go ahead. And we jammed, me, Jag, and old basses, we jammed Can't Stop by the Chili Peppers.
Oh, okay.
And it went well, because we played that song in Black Hole, but I was just jamming, not even thinking like, we're here, like, I'm playing in the band. Like, I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm just playing guitar. And we were playing Can't Stop, and we did a couple of, and then Stevie just was like, hey, you know our song Out of Control, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, play that real quick. I'm like, okay. And we played it with the full band. I didn't know that he had a plan to recruit me. Just that was his plan. Yeah. Him, like, apparently he had left the guitar, and he was like, hey, I was like, hey, can I play it? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. Apparently he was trying to see how I'd play with the group. Yeah. I didn't know this, like. Because then at the end of Out of Control, he asked me, would you want to join the band? Yeah. And at that point, I'm like, everything just went, huh? What? Like,
everything clicked.
Everything clicked. I'm like, what? Like, I was like, what? He's like, really? He's like, and then He was like, well, you clearly like what you're hearing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, Stevie is a very, very confident frontman. Yeah. That confidence.
That's what you need, though.
It seeps into the other band members, though, and it works. So you need that. You don't need... Because, like, I've unfortunately been with, like, band leaders where they weren't, like, secure. Yeah. Like, and they're, like...
Had some doubt.
Or, like, had some doubt, like, and it's like, maybe we should cancel the show.
And I built doubt in everybody, like you said, kind of like, they're kind of like, everybody feels that doubt, like, you know what?
Remember that quote in, remember the Titans' attitude reflects leadership? Yeah. So it's like, as the front man, you're the general, you're the team captain, the front man, front woman, whatever it may be, like, sometimes it's like, what you say goes, or like how you are is like how we are right now. It's like, so you're nervous, we all might be nervous, you know, like, but with Stevie, him being confident, like it gives us all kind of confidence, and that was one of the first things I noticed, because he's like, you're like, well, you clearly like what you hear, like, you know, he's like, you can think about it if you want. He's like, he really wants me in this, you know? Like, I had to, for real, and then I kind of really thought, I'm like, well, I could pull off 2 bands. Like, let's try it. You know, like, I've never done it. Like, let's do it. You know, and then after that day, I became the guitarist of Aware, and then my first official gig was Modstock. That I think either that next week or the 2 weeks after that. Right. And that was crazy, because I've heard all about Modstock just through the grapevine as a kid, and then like kind of be there. It was a big deal. For sure. Like, I was like, oh shoot, like this is really cool.
Yeah, you read about this now in it, you know.
Right, you know, it's to see pictures and like going like 4 Modstocks in to like look back on each one, like, and to see like the progression and like our stage outfits or like our stage presence, the sound, like our tightness as a unit, you know, like it's those like little things that like really humble you, and like, okay, like we're doing something right. You know, like kind of in the good way. Right.
Cheers, bro. Cheers to the Niners.
Cheers to the Niners.
I know you're a Niner fan, so it's been a rough 20 years,
man.
I don't know. It's tough, dude.
Yeah.
It's just tough. So close, but so far. You know, but you know what? I'm faithful. I'm a faithful. You know,
faithful then, faithful now.
Yeah, so but I'm hoping
red and gold till we're dead and cold, man.
I just want 1 chip in my lifetime. I'll be happy with 1 chip. That's one. Seahawks have 2 in their lifetimes. Like, just 1, dude. I'm not asking much. Just 1. I'm not asking for 6 chips like Tom Brady. I'm not asking for a whole dynasty. Just 1 chip, dude. Know. Yeah, even if we go 9-7 or 9-8 now, and
you a Giants fan?
You know, huh?
You a Giants fan?
No, I'm a Niner fan.
No, SF.
Oh, SF, yeah.
Because like at least we know with baseball, you know, but like we were kids.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm like, man, to be an adult, to know your team won the Lombardi.
Same thing with the Warriors. Like, they won. I'm a Warrior fan, so I know we won like a lot of chips, but
I hopped on that bandwagon hard, bro.
Dude, I was part of the bandwagon too, but I was like little, so
I got clowned for it in my middle school, and rightfully so, because like it was like elementary school showed little interest or talk about basketball, very little. Even if I did, it was probably the Heat. Yeah. All of a sudden,
I like the Heat.
All of a sudden, 8th grade, I'm decked out in Warrior gear because I'm like, man, I'm a fan of this team now.
Yeah. Well, dude, I always say, well, I live here, so that's kind of like my excuse. Like, we're Cali. I get it. We're like Texas or some other state. We say we're Warriors, kind of like but we're good. We get away with it because we're nearby, and it kind of makes sense. Oh,
they're a fun team to be.
You're a Niner and a Giants fan. You must be a Warrior. Okay, it kind of goes with it. But people, I mean,
well, now it's like you're a Niner, Shark, Giant, and Warrior fan. You must be miserable.
For real. Yeah, bro. Man. But yeah, like you said, like same thing with the Warriors. They won chips, and I was part of that, like lifetime. But the Niners,
that was fun.
I need a Niners Super Bowl, dude. I'll go to the parade. I'll be there, dude. That'll be a thing.
Do you think it'd be in Santa Clara or San Francisco?
What
the parade?
They
would have to go to San Francisco.
That's where the people are at. That's where the people are at.
There's gonna be
Santa Clara.
Like, well, technically, they're Levi's in Santa Clara.
Exactly.
So it should be like...
No, I don't think we should do a Santa Clara because it'd be like nobody. It would be next to like tech companies and like nobody wants to do a parade near tech companies. No. Like, let's do it where the people are at. Like, you know, straight up San Francisco downtown. Boom. He's got cleaned up before, but but anyways, back to the like I was saying, we were talking about the band, right? Mm-hmm. The band, you guys met.
I think so, yeah.
How did everybody come together? Like the current lineup.
Okay.
That's why, how did that happen?
Stevie and Jagger, our lead singer and our drummer.
Yeah.
They've been in. Well, really, it's just a combination of everybody being in bands previously, not counting Julia and I. Yeah. But as far as like Stevie and Jagger, they used to be in a band which was called My Shining Ember, which Troy, my buddy I mentioned earlier, shout out Troy, and it was 3 of them, and they would make songs. One of the songs we play in Aware now, it's called Forgetting You. Mm-hmm. They were in a band for a long time. My Shining Ember turned into Aware over time. Troy jokes with us, he's like, my shining ember walks so where it can fly. And I'm like, that's great. And then between Jagger and Brielle, they were in a lot of VMI bands together. Mm-hmm. They were in a country band at one point. It was called True South. And then they were in a couple of other bands, just like rock and roll and or country, whatever. Yeah. Sometimes Brielle would play acoustic guitar. Mm-hmm. Sometimes Jagger would play drums or guitar. Like, and so with Aware coming together, the story, from what I know, is Stevie needed a drummer for one gig, and he had the guitarist. Her name was Haley, which I don't know if you've heard of Rocket Music Gear, just through the grapevine.
I don't think so.
So they're custom made local guitar strap, trinket, 3D print kind of company. Rocket Music. Shout out Haley. She used to be the first guitarist of Aware. Okay. And so at one point it was it was Jagger, Stevie, and Haley, and then they were a band, and then that was like the first kind of like the first recipe of Aware, like kind of mixing it up, and then a couple bassists changed throughout the lineup, but it genuinely would stay like Jagger and Steve. Like they were the founding members.
Yeah, they were the core.
The founding fathers, if you will. Yeah, the core, pretty much. Yeah. And then
they're the co-founders.
Yeah, co-founders. Brielle was in a band. You remember Sundust? A little bit.
It sounds familiar.
They were kind of grunge alternative. Okay.
But part of that?
They were in a band. She was in a band called Sundust, which was very popular in the Modesto area. Yeah. And I would go to their shows like. Not every show, but almost every show I'd try to go to, and I was like, dude, she's a great lead singer, like she's cool. And then, but then like you hear like everyone like they knew each other, and I'm like, oh wow, cool, small world. Mm-hmm. And then when we had the opportunity to play with Babylon AD at the Whiskey A Go Go, which was a very cool experience, we asked Brielle to sing with us live because Simple at the time said featured Brielle Waller because she was in another band at the time. So we were like, hey, do you want to do like a kind of live thing where we do like we invite you on stage, you sing with us? And the chemistry we had when she was singing with us and she practiced with us was good. Like it was there, you know, like man, like because Aware at first for a long time it was just me, Stevie, Jagger, and then Julia. Yeah, it was like the 4-piece classic band, kind of like hard rock / heavy kind of thing. Yeah. Then when we added Brielle, it kind of added like almost like not entirely, but a Fleetwood Mac kind of edge to it.
That's exactly like, how I see you guys. Like she brings that Fleetwood Mac, some folk music into some like rock. Even classic rock. Like she put some of that into it. Like. You know, some heart, you know, the band Heart, you know, like I feel like she has a little bit of all of that heart, 70s.
Heart between all of us is love. Like, it's like what helps with like the original music. Like, you'll notice this too. A lot of great bands, they're just a mixing pot of just different influences. Different genres. Like,
Like Black Sabbath, they were a blues band.
Man, there's a bunch of blue-collar factory workers that were like, you know what, let's make some like progressive jazz rock.
Yeah, what did they call Earth, or what were they called?
Earth. No, they were called Earth in the beginning. Like, Tony Iommi was working in the factory. I think Bill Ward was a concrete worker. Mm-hmm. I can't confirm that, but I heard from articles and stories that all of them were blue collar at one point. Yeah, and you could hear it. Yeah. You could hear it in their music.
For real.
Like they weren't even trying to make like, oh, heavy metal. Like,
No,
they were just like, let's just make some like progressive fast rock with a jazz swing to
Beatles-esque.
Yeah,
they're Beatles fanatics, so that they're influenced by the Beatles.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
so that's what their inspiration.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Beatles.
Dude, the Beatles inspired Beethoven. No, I'm kidding. No,
They time traveled.
No, right?
Yeah.
No,
clones.
Dude.
But yeah, so that's kind of cool that, like you said, like everybody's had different like inspirations to bring to the band. Like that's just dope. Like you said, that's what I feel too. Like she brings that Fleetwood Mac, and then you guys are just like a harder Fleetwood Mac group, you know, in a way, but also not. You know, it's kind of like it's cool. You guys can play with that. You know, you guys have that's your advantage.
It's
so
like
cool.
You kind of can put something to it, like genre-wise, but not all. Because like then I try to challenge us, and really everyone challenges us to do different covers. Like we all have different like kind of like. I'll suggest more like Van Halen and Stones kind of stuff. Brielle will like do like Linda Ronstadt or like Alanis Morissette, and like you would. I don't know if they'd expect like you see a band with a poster like ours, and you would expect to hear an Alanis Morissette cover or like Sheryl Crow, you know, like, and it's like, oh wow, okay. I try to think of it as like everyone in the audience can like have their piece of cake because not everyone likes the same music, but everyone can agree on something, you know, like so it's like if we play a little bit of like the Beatles, the Stones, or Fleetwood Mac, like, and then like everyone's like, oh my gosh, like we all know and love these songs, like, but or like something completely different, like 3 Days Grace with the Eminem rap verse in the middle of it, because Stevie's just like, hey, I want to try this, and then all of a sudden, like the audience is like, oh, then now they're bopping their heads, getting hyped to it, and like, okay, this is cool. It's cool to like try those things and shoot it out, like kind of. Like I go back to audition, like the metaphor in a way, because like you really don't know if they'll like it. You kind of just like hope that they will, and the reaction that that they get is like, oh, okay, they liked it, or like they'll like kind of look like, because you don't know, like you'll look from stage and you'll see if people are like deciding if they like you or not, like they're like not knowing. To like, which isn't bad because like that's what happens when no one knows who you are. Like it's just like, okay, let me. But then like when they're bopping their heads and dancing and they're like moving their body to it, that's like, okay, this is cool. Like they're starting to dig us. Yeah,
especially music lovers. I feel like music lovers appreciate anything. Like, I mean, just seeing live music. Like even when I go to Mexico, I go to like Mazatlan, and there's like a live rock band there, and I'm like, this is dope, dude. Really? And everybody's just jamming because they play a lot.
Like, man?
Huh?
What's that like?
It's funny because you
can someone who's never been to Mexico, what's a rock concert like there?
Dude, it's a jam because it'll be like nighttime. You're at like a nice restaurant, or even like some restaurant like having some like tacos or some food, and there's some good food there, you know. And it's very touristy. Like there's a lot of Canadians there and like white people, but usually Canadians, you know. And I'm talking about the tourist areas. I know, because I'll be in Mexico where they won't play that, but they usually play rock music or like American music in areas where there's a lot of Canadians.
What's the most like popular American band they play in Mexico?
They play a lot of classic rock.
Okay.
So they play a lot of classic rock. Like
I feel like the Beatles would be popular.
They like the Beatles over there too, but they also like a lot of like 70s and 80s rock, like Guns N' Roses. They love Guns N' Roses.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Oh man.
And so they play a lot of covers, like you said, a lot of rock covers, and they be playing because it's funny because they all fit the part of rock. They're all rock stars, you know. But you could tell English not their first language, but they did a pretty good job of like getting through it.
Getting the energy down.
Yeah, but mostly the energy and like their live music, like it's just the instruments, because they play the music super good. Like they play the way that the song sounds like. So they'll play some like one time they played "Hold the Line" by Toto, and it was just a gent, and they play exactly. So you're like, you're like
okay.
Right. So, like we know music, so we love music. So we're like, oh, they're playing that one song, and we can't.
Oh, I know this.
We're gonna like stare at them, you know. That's what I'm saying. That like if I stare at them, I'm sure you will too. So that's the vibe, you know. And everybody looks at them. Everybody's eating, and everybody's like looking at them, and there'll be some like Canadians. Yeah, exactly. There'll be some Canadian 60-year-old women getting up and dancing, you know. So I'm like, it's a vibe, and everybody's dancing. Awesome. So I feel like you would fuck with it for sure. But that's how it is in Mexico.
One day.
In tourist areas.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
Mexico, Brazil, just
cool.
to travel.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean that's what old people tell us anyways. You guys are young.
Yeah.
Travel as much as you can.
No, they would like you guys in Mazatlán too. Like all the Canadians, even the locals there, they like that music. So especially like in those tourist areas for sure, that'd be dope. One day. But yeah, man. I know you told me that you guys are gonna work on an EP, maybe not. But let's talk about the recent EP you guys did, the last one. I listened to the whole EP a couple times yesterday. I hella fuck with it, dude.
Nice. What's your favorite song?
I like Simple, but also like Taco Truck Burrito. That's the jam, dude. Like I actually had it playing on repeat. Like this song was dope.
That one has became the honorary crowd favorite. Yeah. Honestly, just like
there's a reason for that, bro.
Like the two songs I have like noticed the people sing back the most has been like Simple and Taco Truck.
Yeah.
Well, Taco Truck's it's a catchy song.
It is.
It's like and the origin story of that song was Stevie was starving because we had a Nino's gig, and Nino's gigs we played till like 1 a.m. sometimes, you know, like, and so he was at the taco truck by the DMV. I forgot that. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it, but I know which one. The one with the yellow bars in front of it.
Yeah.
You know, and we all know when we're starving, we get off work. You know, you freaking have that first bite of something, you're like, oh, this is so good. Like, and he went like, I guess he said like, man, I hit the jackpot. He's like, oh, I'm gonna write a song about that, like hitting the jackpot about this burrito. Yeah. And then that practice, he was like, guys, I have a new song, and you guys are gonna laugh at me about the name, and I'm like, okay, like what does that mean? And he's like, it's called Taco Truck Burrito, and I'm like, really? Immediately I'm like, this is something silly that Kurt Cobain would write. Right. You know, like something to be like, I don't want to write something emotional. Yeah. I want to write something random. Yeah. You know, call it Taco Truck Burrito. Yeah. Like
that's fun. And how'd you guys like record that together? Where you're like,
how was that vibe? At the studio called Timeless Ranch in Patterson. Shout out to Matt and Jordan Lawn, our producer, and Matt owns the studio as well. Really cool place there. Really low key, kind of chill. It's like studios is like not like an office, but it's kind of like it's official. Like you're there, like okay, cool. Like this is like it's like a business building. Yeah, like you're doing work. Legit, you know, like. So for there, it's very like laid back, kind of cabinish, you know, like like a lot of
like ranch,
kind of dark wood like this, you know, like very, but kind of like a little bit. And it's like okay, this is relaxing. Yeah, I would like to think of it like when like Led Zeppelin was recording in the house, or like Led Zeppelin before. Like I can't think of the name, but you know which one I'm talking about. And it was like really calming. Like you go into the recording room and like. It was like a compass of cool, like, freaking north you had drums, south you had vocals, like, east over here you had freaking piano, east you had freaking the guitar cabs and guitars, like, it was all cool. Yeah. It was all awesome. And that's cool. I remember, well, honestly, like, this is also, like, a thing of learning, too. Like, what we did is we did, like, how many songs can we record? In the span of a week, rather than like a song a day. Yeah. You know, but like those are the things you like learn over time. But like we would do a couple, like we did drums the first day. We did a whole day for that, and then next day we did all guitar, rhythm guitar and bass in one, and then vocals on the very last. And but like for me, like as a filmer too, like filming all this stuff, like as like each like we released episodes of like each kind of instrument group of the band or whatever like position, like vocals, guitar. Yeah. Like and it's cool like seeing the perspective of like everyone's preparation. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, like, I've seen those videos.
Like, thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. You guys gotta subscribe to their YouTube channel because not just music, you guys can see behind the scenes, right? Yeah. And like full sets, like they have everything there, man. And you're gonna have way more stuff there too. So subscribe.
This guy with the shameless plugs, man. I got a shameless plug. This guy, I've never tried it, and I need to if I can. This guy has amazing salsa.
Oh yeah.
I have heard from many sources that it is bomb.
Yeah.
So please hit him up.
Yeah.
It.
Get a salsa.
Do you have any?
I don't know. We need to make some. Hey, when we make some, I think we're gonna make some this week because we've been talking about the last week. Like we need to make some now.
I need to get a batch.
Just right now, a batch.
Because
a big batch. Because a lot of people are asking for it. And once I make it, you're the first person I'll give it to.
Salsa's one of those things. My freaking.
I'm a picky eater, man. Not quite chicken tenders picky, but like I'm like.
Yeah.
So like with salsa, it took me a long time to like, and at the time when you're making it, I'm like, I was still deciding.
Yeah.
You know, but now I'm just like fully. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I need to try it, especially knowing it's homemade too.
Yeah, it's
like
homemade. It's organic.
more personal.
It's really good, and I don't know. It's different. Everybody that tries it, dude, they always get more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have a customer that only bought it once. I don't. That's not too like.
Yeah,
I'm not over exaggerating. I'm talking the truth. Like I don't have one. Unless at the farmers market, because I never seen their faces again, and they I don't have their numbers. But everybody else,
so you know it's good.
Yeah, everybody else do ask me like, you know what? Can I have some?
Do they know you as the salsa guy?
They like, kind of, yeah.
Dude,
me and my dad, we both make it, so it's like a father and son company. So we try to make it big too. So yeah, it'll be up probably after this episode. It'll probably be up in the next week. Promise.
Like I said, get a salsa.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. But
yeah, just filming all that and just seeing the preparation of everyone, like in the different kind of context, it was cool. Like, you know, hearing Braille talk about like what she uses to coat her throat before recording. Like it's like Burt's Bees. She'll say Burt's Bees lip balm as a joke. Then like cough drops, like natural honey. Like Stevie will do like a tea, and like it's cool like hearing these too. But then like
it's like practicing,
right? You know, like recording all the different kind of like recording Jagger getting drums, getting a shot with the cymbal right here. I loved like, and as a kid, I'm like, oh, I want to record stuff like that too.
And you edit too, huh? Mm-hmm. I seem like you get a lot of editing credits, so
I try.
The music video of Taco Truck Burrito, that's cool.
That was me and my lady Julia. Shout out my love. She is the graphic design. She is the art director of the band. I would just say that right now. She not officially named, but by nature, she is the art director. Yeah. Like she's the graphic designer. Like she designed the cover of the EP, which you saw, and all the CDs that we saw, which we all kind of printed ourselves and kind of built with little. That was fun to do. But she, our buddy the Count Productions, he filmed it for us. Shout out to the Count. He helped us, and we set up this kind of like, because it's called, with Taco Truck, it's like, in the chorus being, I hit the jackpot. Right. We're like, how can we incorporate a casino in here somehow? And big shout out to Chicken Ranch out in Jamestown? You know where it's at.
Back here,
And they let us film there, just as long as we didn't film any other patrons there, which we were really good about. But we filmed that, set up. Julia, I mentioned, she directed the whole thing. Like she set up the script of how it would go, like how the music video should be. She used a lot of the sentence silly goofy over and over, because kind of to get that kind of vibe of like the early 2000s kind of like, because a lot of those music videos were really like goofy because they were two stories in one. They were the story of the band playing, or then they'd be in like the mall or a skate park, like complicated with Avril Lavigne. They're in the skate park 1 minute, and then now they're in the mall, like doing, you know, like we should go to the mall, like that kind of like whimsical 2000s kind of energy, you know, like and we were like, we need to replicate that for this, and so we went to Chicken Ranch, we went to Taco Truck on the way back from Jamestown, and he wouldn't let us film the truck for business reasons, so he was like, you guys can film the lot, you know, so we just filmed us eating the taco, you know, them cheersing it. Stevie and I did a goofy little like arm around like freaking thing, but like that was like the first serious, music video? Serious, like that. It was like, it was kind of like the first like professional music video I've done, like in a way, because like I've done like skit music videos for like my YouTube channel that were like for like stupid stuff, you know, but like to do a music video for a band I'm in, like that was cool.
I like how you guys had the intro with like the names kind of like MTV.
Yeah, you know, like
that's dope. That's what I know. Like, dude, this is dope.
Going back to Disney, all the music videos they had that little corner thing
with the details. They don't have that now. It's weird.
Like I noticed. You notice those things too, and you're like, you know what?
That's why it's nostalgic. Like you said, 2000s very nostalgic. That's like perfect word for it. Like your videos very nostalgic.
Not exactly like coping with it, but like kind of like tipping your hat to it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like this is what I grew up with.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna pay homage to it.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of full circle moment. And Juliet, she directed it. She color corrected it.
Yeah.
I edited, or we both kind of we collaboratively edited together. Yeah. And at my house, her house, her office space.
Yeah.
And we would like connect my laptop to my TV, and we would just edit in my living room. You know, kind of have a little setup, have some popcorn or some soda.
That's cool. That you got. I mean, obviously you and the own band members do the creative part of it too, like the filming, the directing, and the editing. So that's kind of cool because it's like through you guys' lenses. You guys don't have these third parties. I mean, sure, you guys have like to record and to help you guys, but you guys have the last say. And like you said, the directing and the editing. That's like really intimate, you know, like of the band. It's like very you guys,
intimate, personal,
exactly.
Because like it's one thing to see a cool music video, but then when you look at the credit and you're like, oh, they made it. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, you know, like it's like. Yeah. It almost kind of shows like, oh, I can, like, if they can do it, I can do it too.
It's kind of like a full circle thing.
Yeah. You know, like now you got a wave of people that are independently making their own music videos, whether it's like on their iPhone or on a camera. Yeah. Like it's cool, especially now in the generation of AI slop. Yeah. It's cool that that's gonna be like a rise. I think, you know, so that was a really cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, and shout out to the count, shout out to the band,
for sure.
Shout out to my lady for writing and making the thing. Yeah. Because that was, we're trying to do more music videos. Yeah. Like, we're trying to plan it. Cause,
that'd be cool because I enjoy the music video too, so I highly want you guys to make more music videos for sure, and you know, but that's kind of cool. But like I said, that's my first song. I like Simple. I like the opening track too.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, I had that on repeat this morning, dude.
Man, that one was cool too. Yeah, and better than do you remember? Did we ever show you "Dear God" from Black Hole Taxi Cab?
Nah.
So that solo from that song is basically the solo for "Better Than Ever."
Oh, okay.
But because it's in the same key of B, B minor, and like the way Stevie structured the chord progression, I was like, this is like really, I could work with this. Yeah. You know, and so like my music brain kind of got to work with that, and I'm like, because I look at my guitar solos like flowers almost, like they're like they have their own beds, and like they're all growing kind of in a way. Yeah. Like some don't get enough water, and I need to kind of work on it. Yeah. But some have grown to a full freaking bonsai tree. Yeah. Like, and like my bonsai tree solo has been the Better Than Ever guitar solo, because that was like 2 years in the making, and kind of like trying to revise, like, and trying to work, and is recording it. Like I remember when we were like in the recording studio hearing the playback.
Bro, it's 2 p.m. I mean,
I know, bro.
It's 2 p.m. on the Friday.
Right, we're doing good.
It's daytime. We're just taking, you know.
This is a hella relaxing neighborhood too.
Dude, it's very calm. I leave my door.
Walks, huh?
Yeah, I do. At nighttime too.
Dude.
You don't hear that?
Feels like I can. Oh man.
Dude, I'll be like 11. I could go outside. Like, you know, I'm gonna take a walk.
You got a longboard or anything?
My sister does that.
Okay.
My sister.
Like, these are smooth roads.
No, my sister would do it all here. When she used to live here, because she lives at my mom's, the house where we did the podcast the first time. That's where she did it.
Okay. No, no, dude.
This might be on the audio. Like whenever I hit it, I kind of add it to the audio.
Okay.
Spotify's a little bit more of exclusive. Nice. Like, you know, more of the talk. Not all of it, because I know some parts, but I'm saying some parts like this. Just talking about random stuff. It's cool.
It's cool. And it's flowing too. No, but like the nice, not quite gated, but damn near gated community by my house, White Cliff. That's where like the roads are cool. Yeah. Like, but then that's where all the doctors and all that. That's where they're living, and so the houses are nice. Okay. So like I'm over here like hitting my like a dipshit, but the roads are smooth. Yeah. You know, like they're fun to ride on.
Yeah. Right? But yeah, shout out to Waterford though.
It's called
Waterford. River Point. This is the community. That's what it's called, River Point. And yeah, Walk at night,
There was a lady, Stevie and I were working for, I forgot where, I can't name the fucking address for the life of me, but it's right when you get into town and you turn onto like F Street, I think. It's it's Tim Bell. That's the road. It's a weird little fucking like kind of road, you know.
Okay.
Anyways, this is the road, like one going this way, one going this way. She's on the house that's like right on the corner.
Right.
Weird spot. By an elementary school too. Like, and it's like okay, but it started with this whole thing of like, oh, she wanted her carpets changed. Then it's into me and Stevie going back to her like week by week to help her flip the damn house.
Yeah.
Just for the clients to not even take it.
Yeah.
Hey, but we were getting paid though.
Right.
That was some shit. But yeah, to come to Waterford,
Here for something that I'm like, hey, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And not to like flip someone's house.
You know? Right, yeah. But no, it's a nice neighborhood, bro. Like I said, I walk here. I leave the doors unlocked. I shouldn't even say that in public probably because they're not going to come here now and do it. But I'm just saying, like, but here you can do it. You know? When you're in the gates, bro. You have to be inside the gates.
And then, like,
even outside the gates, I don't know. Can't
even,
promise.
like, where I'm by Lakewood. Okay. You know, like, so, like, and that's, like, the nicer area. Yeah, but, like, it don't matter. You know, my brother still got his stereo jacked over there, you know? Like, you can get it anywhere. It don't matter.
We'll leave the doors unlocked in the cars and like, oh shit. But for us, it's like, oh, it's okay. I'll do it later. But at home, you gotta make sure, like in Modesto, because same thing with my mom's house. It's not a bad neighborhood, but even then, I still do because it's not open. Like
you never know.
Anybody could come in here. Here, like not everybody is gonna come in here. It's gated. Everybody knows each other here. It's very like the security walking, driving around. You pay that, you know, taxes. You know, so it's like boom here, guys. You know, so we pay for that.
That's what's up.
But I'm saying, like, in Modesto, just even the nice parts, like you said, you still gotta make sure. Or, like, when you go to a store or anywhere, like, you're not just Modesto, any place you go, you know. But here, I do a little bit more, like, Right. But I feel like anywhere else, I'm just like everybody else. Like, I lock things up. But, yeah, man. But that's how it be. But, yeah, man, like I said, we were talking about the music video. I really enjoy that. And, like I was saying, too, you guys should do more music videos, for sure.
We're trying to,
For sure. Is there anything like in the works right now, as a band? I know you guys said EP, right?
Yeah. We have a couple songs written up for our next kind of We're deciding if we want it to be an EP or an album, and we have some songs written up there. One of them we got to play live for the first time not too long ago, and it went really well. I messed up a couple times, but you know, that's what happens when you play something for the first time. Yeah. And then that was cool, and Stevie's writing up some, and we're really just getting that kind of warmed up, ready to record. I think we're trying to go into the studio this next month.
Okay.
Going into
make some tunes.
And we're trying to hopefully, if the cards work out, we can have a single before April. Okay. I'm hoping so, because when we have people that go to our shows, they ask, hey, when's new music coming out? And we tell them, like, hey, we're working on it. And then it's like, okay, there's this kind of like, not pressure, but almost like this, okay, like, hey, people want to hear you. Like, let's go. Come on. Like, almost like but it's cool. Yeah. Because, like,
it gives you guys something to
and for me,
create, you know, another creation, you know,
coming from a point where like where I used to kind of get cooked for my music because I tried to be out of character, like two, like to almost having like 1 to no plays on SoundCloud, like it's having people anticipate your band, so it's like, okay, this is what you worked for. Yeah. Like,
and plus, it's always a good sign when people want more. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be a good sign nobody's like asking, you got more stuff coming out? Like, I feel like it's a good thing that people want.
And granted, it's not like 100 people. Yeah. Or it's not like a mob, but it is to even have people that are like, hey,
like you said, just to have people,
or even if it's like people you meet in Sacramento or people you meet in other shows, they're like, hey, you guys have new music coming soon? Like, you know, like, it's like, okay, like, let's do it.
Plus it's real too, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
real, genuine, so that's like even hits more like, oh, yeah. We gotta give them something, you know?
Julia may or may not be working up the concept art for it, and it's really cool, kind of on the purple side of things rather than our main color red. Kind of thing. But it's kind of vintage but not old.
Right.
Like, but it's like it gives you that reminiscent vibe.
Yeah.
But like it's not. It's almost sci-fi. Yeah. Kind of like the concept art, I would think. Yeah. But yeah, we're just trying to in the building block phase of getting that all together. We're trying to make music video concepts, or just like Stevie and I, but like make some riffs. Yeah. Just to make happen like Jagger too. Jagger will write riffs that he'll have us try to do. Like,
that's cool.
And he's good. He's good at guitar. Like it's a theme of drummers playing guitar a lot. Yeah. You know, like it, and so
like Dave Grohl and stuff like that from Foo Fighters. Like he was a drummer with Nirvana and then became like. I'm just saying I see that a lot.
They're the same guy. No,
even Taylor Hawkins. Like he was a drummer for Rest in Peace Taylor Hawkins, right?
Taylor Hawkins,
drummer. And
God rest his soul.
I mean, he was singing some songs at the concerts. Like,
he would lead sing on like Fred on Queen songs. That's what it was. Yeah.
And Led Zeppelin songs too.
That was one of my favorite videos to watch when I was a kid. It was Foo Fighters, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, and they sing rock and roll. Yeah. And I was like, that is so cool. It wasn't Wembley, was it?
I don't remember.
It was in London, I think.
It has to be.
Like it was, and I was like, this is so cool. Yeah. This is so cool. Yeah. You know? Like with modern day rock legends, like regardless of what people think of Foo Fighters, like they're gonna look back 20 years on and be like, that was the staple kind of that time. Not the main rock staple. Yeah. But like Foo Fighters was big since we were kids. Dude.
Yeah, I love Foo Fighters.
I remember when I was a little kid, and me and my brother used to share a room, and he was on my dad's laptop watching the music video to The Pretenders. Yeah. Like, have you seen that music video?
Yeah, I did.
It was like the riot soldiers, and then the red liquid. I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Like, this is cool. Like, it's a cool song. Yeah, we heard it in Tony Hawk, I think. Proving Grounds. We heard it in one of our games.
Yeah. What's your favorite Foo Fighters song? Like the song that you play the most.
My personal favorite's probably.
Is it Learn to Fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
It's a feel good song.
It is a good song.
Like every time I hear it, it's like a sunset. You know, like
you can drive to it.
The sky, and then the chord, make my way back home and learn to fly. It's a great.
That is a good song.
Either that or Monkey Wrench.
Monkey Wrench is good.
I like songs in that fast tempo. Yeah. You know, that rock. Like, it's cool. Like, it gets your energy up.
Yeah. Like me, like, obviously, Everlong, everybody has a fan favorite and, like, the most famous song, pretty much, but also, like, the Hero, like, there. Yeah. I play that song all the time, too. But I think my favorite one, dude, is probably The Best of You. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know that song. You gotta hear it, bro. It's another confession.
Oh, yeah. See,
I'm a fool.
I feel, dude, I'm terrible with song titles. Yeah, well. Like, I'm terrible. Like, they'll be like, you don't know this song? And then they'll sing like you just didn't know. And I'm like, oh, I got a confession to make. Yeah.
I fuck with that song. I play that song, especially like in the car. You know, I'll be jamming on a song for sure.
It's not the same song, right? But it is what everyone's like, easy for you to say that it's gonna be forget.
No, that's different.
Not yet.
No, it's different.
That's a good one. Like, yeah. I know what they sound like.
Yeah.
I can't say the title of them though.
Yeah.
But my favorite's The Pretender's too easy though.
But that
was the first Foo Fighters song I heard.
Yeah.
But Learn to Fly, I think.
Learn to Fly
or Monkey Wrench.
I feel like there's another song I like for them, but I can't think of the name. I'm gonna have to cheat. I'm gonna look through my phone. People are gonna be like, "Oh, I guys didn't know the title," but I do. I have to go to the thing, but I love Foo Fighters for sure, man. They're my favorite band. But what's I was gonna ask you too, like, what's some of your biggest influences on guitar? Like what's your top? I'm gonna ask you for what's your top 3 guitars that made you like play the instrument back then and now? Like that's impacted you then, and it still impacts you now. Like top 3.
See, it's hard because there's rhythm guitar and then there's lead guitar too.
Yeah.
But
it could be like whoever pops in your mind, like this guy.
If I,
it could be one of those two. It doesn't have to be.
Billy Joe Armstrong and Ace Frehley really were the start. Yeah. If I had to make an honorary second, it would be Lincoln Brewster. Yeah. Because my parents put me onto that guy. He was their pastor at their church for a little bit, and he had an album called "Today Is the Day," and one of the title song "Today's the Day," that guitar solo. I remember I would play that on repeat as a kid. And just the sound of that was just like, I love what that is, and I want to learn how to do that, you know? Like, and now I can do it. Like, and it's very achieving, humbling feeling. Yeah. But if I had to really narrow it down, I'd say, man, Eddie Van Halen, Billy Joe Armstrong, and Jimi Hendrix, I think, because it was like, because Kiss was the first rock band I liked. Yeah. Because my uncle, he was like, yay wide Kiss poster in his garage, and that was the coolest thing. As a kid, it's just some simple poster, and it was of their faces from the solo albums with their color glow around them. Yeah. And I was like, yo, that's so cool. And they were in Scooby-Doo. They were in Fairly Odd Parents. Like, it was easy for a kid to like Kiss. They were just cool. They were like comic book heroes. Yeah, they were. The Star Child, the Spaceman, the Cat Man, the Demon. Yeah. You know, like, there's that sinister crowd of it. You know, like, they have... Yeah. Someone for everyone. It's like the Beatles almost.
Exactly,
They have someone for everyone.
Yeah, they do. Like, who's your guy? Obviously, is Ace, huh?
Dude.
That's my guy.
Ace.
Every time I see Ace, I get way more happy.
I love Ace and Peter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I'm an Ace and Peter type of duo. Some people pick the other duo, but I pick Ace and Peter. Like, I feel like I
love the other duo, though.
Me too.
Like Paul and Gene.
Me too. I like a lot of Gene Simmons songs. Mm-hmm. I like a lot of his songs, dude.
I can have the whole band, honestly.
Exactly. Even Paul, I like Paul, even that solo song, Tonight You Belong to Me. Like, I like their solo things too. So, but as a general, I'm more of an Ace and Peter, because I feel like I relate to them more. I feel like I'm a little bit more like I could rock out sometimes. The other guys are a little bit more business and which I like business too, but I feel like they were just
that was kind of the general what people said about. They were like, I at least from what I saw on the internet or from someone I happened to talk to that happened to know them, they're just like, Paul and Gene were the business side, and Gene and Ace were the rock and roll side, but they all had their rock and roll side.
Yeah, especially in the beginning. The beginning, that's why I like my favorite era of Kiss. Was beginning Kiss from 73 or the first album 74 until 78. 78. That was the OG legendary.
Alive.
Yeah, and that was my favorite time because they were hungry for, like you said, they were hungry for it, and they were wanting to be rock stars. I feel like once it became, I feel like some of them kind of changed, but I feel like that's just not a bad thing also, because I just feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of
it's easy for people to well, nowadays people make fun of them a lot. I wouldn't say it's easy to, but they a guy in makeup playing, they're like, oh, haha, but you really think about in the time they were doing it, the only thing that was that flamboyant was glam rock or disco. Like, no one in hard rock or rock was really doing that. And what I heard, what the biggest criticism with Kiss is that their live sound didn't match their songs, which I agree. I mean, that's you kind of have to love their early records. They have that kind of thin, tinny sound that 70s records have, but I don't think it's bad. I think it makes I think that's what makes it.
Yeah, I like I like their live performances in the Midnight Show or whatever. They were playing
Midnight Special.
Midnight Special, yeah. And I like their live performances though, because that was early Kiss. That was when they were I was jamming it.
Because imagine if you're in the 70s, you're used to Jefferson Airplane, the Stones, and then you're like, let me go see this band called Kiss. And then there's just fire and cannon, and the guitarist is shooting a firework from his headstock, and it's the guitar or the lead singer is this dude dancing with a star on his face, and the bassist is spitting blood. You're just like, what is going on? This is cool.
What's up with I hear a lot too that Ace was their like most true rock and roll. Like he was an actual rock and roll star. Everybody else was kind of like they had like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of rock star.
I heard
like,
that.
I feel like he was like authentic. Yeah, and I feel like even musically they always point Ace as like this guy's actually was musically good. The ones like they always question the other guy's music abilities, even though I feel like they still put their good in it. They still put their good. I feel like I like Paul Stanley when he plays, you know. Even he has some nice bass lines,
right?
In some
Great
songs,
bass lines,
I know,
dude.
especially in the early because he was very involved in the early Kiss. Once he was like in and out, not recording his own stuff.
It was the 80s kind of when he was like, I'm gonna go do movies.
Yeah, he wasn't even recording his own like bass. It would just be credited and or like he would write songs, but. That's why I like the early Kiss because everybody was actually making music, you know. Like even Gene, like he was making great bass lines, you know. Like even in the second album, you know, Hotter Than Hell.
Hotter Than Hell, yeah.
Like a lot of his bass lines in that album was like awesome. So I feel like, dude, you know. But obviously, like you said, in the '80s, the band like they lost Ace and Peter.
Yeah.
You know, but I like some non-makeup songs. You know.
That's not to say that like Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick, you know, like that man. Dude, rest in peace, Eric Carr.
Yeah,
Bruce
Bruce,
he's one of the many guitarists that I want to meet so bad.
Yeah,
like he's kind of an underground hero. Like, you either know him or you know.
I heard he's very talented, but people don't really look into that because he was in Kiss.
Because they're like, he's the Kiss guy without the makeup.
The non-makeup,
and I'm just like, you gotta look past that.
Yeah,
you know, especially as a guitar
player.
But
he was actually like a talent. I hear like I always hear people telling like he's an actual. Like real
I'm taking notes from his game to apply to my game. A lot
of people say that people should though because he was a really talented guy. You know, like
very good bluesy, simple.
Yeah.
Like especially in the '80s when like they were called cocaine shredders. Yeah. They were just shredding as fast as they could. It was just like some of it was great to listen to.
Yeah.
Some of it's like okay now you're like trying to follow.
Yeah.
You know, but he was very chill, very like him and Slash. They're like the chill kind of like they play it right. But people. They crap on them because they're like, they're slow guitar players. They're boring. Yeah. I'm like, no, they're playing the right stuff. Yeah. They're playing exactly what the song needs.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Especially in Kiss, I feel like they're playing the songs that already been, like, he's playing Kiss music. Mm-hmm. So he can't just play his own. Like, right. I heard that too. Like, he's very, like, a great shredder, you know?
It's one thing to, like, when like Gene, Ace, Paul, and Peter were in it, that was what they created. Yeah, exactly. You know? Like, but then like for Eric Carr and which I feel like they expressed themselves pretty well.
They did, especially during that time because they were able to play a lot of their own music. Mm-hmm. I felt more bad for like Tommy Thayer and because they had to play mostly
which. I've made my jokes about Thayer and Singer being the makeup. Like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I did it, but they're great.
Because they joined when they were like already like in that era of Kiss where they were just playing old songs.
Yeah.
Because at least like I said, Bruce and Eric they played a lot of original songs of the '80s. You know what I'm saying? So Tommy Thayer and the other guy they playing songs that they had nothing to do with. Right. You know? But they're just playing it. You know.
Thayer was actually in a band in the '80s called Black and Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Gene. I don't know if he produced them or he found them.
He was a creditor, or like he credited.
One
of the executive producers. Like he probably put money in the studio. Yeah. You know, like they just pay money, but they're not in creative. They're just financially.
And then like in the reunion era, that's when like Tommy was like he was filming stuff for the crew. He was like the one that was like teaching Ace the songs again.
Yeah, put him back into rhythm.
Back into Kiss rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they were saying like, oh, Ace couldn't like play the Kiss songs. I'm like, I mean. Because it was 10 years of him playing his solo stuff, probably. Yeah. And I mean, like, that's a lot of music to recognize. Yeah. Like, even if it's like, I mean,
like Paul and Gene, they've been playing their songs their whole. But Ace went and Peter, they did. Yeah. It's not like
they left like in 80. Oh, okay, so Peter left first in '79. Yeah. And then Ace left after Music from the Elder.
Yeah.
In 1982.
Yeah, he was like showing his face for Creatures of the Night, even though he had nothing.
He wasn't even on it.
Yeah, it was Vincent.
I couldn't imagine. Everyone talks about pre-internet. Can you imagine how pissed you I would have been? You're like, you're telling me Ace wasn't on it? Like, I thought he was because at the record store it showed him.
That's crazy. They would do that back in the day. They would do that a lot. Not just Kids, a lot of other bands. Like they'd be credited, but they had nothing. They had session players. Like Anton Fig played "I Was Born for Loving You," but they have Peter Criss in the music video, and like they play it live, I guess, which is okay. It's not like he doesn't play it, but yeah, the original song, like he's not in it at all.
Luckily, Ace, like he was like, "Hey, I'm taking Antog. I'm taking him for my album." I mean, that was before I was made for loving you, which really Ace was the reason. Antog was even in the Kiss. Like, even in the Kiss circle and all, because he was like, hey, I love this guy. But then that led to him getting the David Letterman gig, which then freaking, to go from drumming for, like, the Kiss guys to go from the Tonight Show, like, that's like, okay, that's cool. But then he was also in Ace's solo band in the 80s, Fraley's Comet. Like, you like that?
Yeah, dude, I listen to a lot of his solo songs, especially recent, because I've been on that Kiss phase. I've been on that Kiss phase the past year.
Yeah.
You know, because before I would just see them, but I only know the popular songs.
Right.
Like, I was made for loving you. And then I knew Heaven on Fire. That was like the classic 80s.
Yeah.
So I just knew those songs, but then I got into them and knew like their whole like music, you know?
Yeah.
Like Ace too. Like I was wondering too, like what's up with Ace being like a favorite of all of them? To this day, I feel like everybody likes Ace more than everybody.
Look, it's
like what is it? Like you as a musician, like what is it? Like
just,
what's your opinion about that?
I mean, to me, he was just the coolest.
I think that's
like
what
they all had their level of cool.
But he was cool.
But he was the coolest.
Like without trying.
Yeah.
The other guys would try. But I don't blame them. That's cool. I like that. But I'm saying Ace was naturally cool.
It's kind of like, you know?
Yeah, everybody would be like jumping up and down and like, you know, Gene, and they have their own character, which is cool.
And he was just a lot of what I'm doing on stage sometimes is just from me watching Kiss growing up.
Yeah.
You know, like, but then, like, when I would do it, like, it was really just my feet in place and going back and forth. Like, that's the most fun to do because he's just moving to the music. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
And he was, like, shit-faced half the time doing it, so he was actually stammering while on platform.
But he would have his own style, though.
Yeah,
he was kind of unique. In his,
he was.
Every time I hear him playing guitar, I could tell it's Ace.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
that's what I like.
That's the goal with like a lot. Dave Grohl, we were just talking about him earlier. Like he says, like with great drummers, you know it's them. 10 seconds into that, or like 5 seconds into them playing. Yeah. Like 5 seconds into a Beatles song, you know it's Ringo. Or like 5 seconds into 5 seconds to a Kiss song, you know it's Peter Criss. Right, or Eric Carr.
Eric Carr was way more aggressive with that.
He was more double bass.
Yeah, he was like Creatures of the Night. Dude. Eric Carr. Dude, shout out Eric Carr.
Drum sound, man.
Dude.
Rest in peace.
I like Eric Carr in that. Like, he stood out in that. Like I feel like the other album would be like, you know, Ace stood out in the instruments, you know. Because he was way more... He played bass sometimes in his songs, you know?
For Gene. Eric Carr?
No, sorry.
Ace. He would, yes.
Yeah, like Parasite, I guess he played the bass and
the
bass guitar like Gene didn't. He just was back.
Which also, fun fact, Love Gun was Paul playing on bass.
Yeah.
It was Paul, and Paul also played the first guitar solo in I Want You.
Yeah.
That's Paul. And I was like, no way, this is so cool.
And they played some acoustic guitars in their songs, like the third album. Ace played the acoustic guitar for Rock Bottom. I don't know if you ever heard the song. He played the beginning. I didn't know that. He played the beginning acoustic.
That intro is exactly what the song is.
That was Ace. I guess he came up with that, and the rest was Paul Stanley's music. I guess Ace just came up with that, so they had to put him as like a composer. But
rock and roll.
Yeah. But that's why I like Ace, bro. I like I said, I like all of them. Even Peter, I like Peter's voice. Like Black Diamond, I'm like, dude, his voice is hella good.
Like they all had.
They're good.
You can't. You have to almost draw the comparison to the Beatles because the Beatles is like they all had great singing voices, but they were different. Like with Kiss, they were the same way. Like Ace's was almost like a talking singing voice. He was like, "Shot me," you know. But if Gene would be like, "Shot me," like more like Cookie Monster.
And then you got Peter Criss with the raspiness. You know, like his raspiness of gospel. He has some like soul
gospel.
Voice.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Soul with the rasp, like Black Diamond. He was like Black Diamond.
There ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah, he has that voice. You know, even
Black Diamond.
I like his song "Hard Luck Woman." I like his singing voice in that.
That's a great song.
That's a beautiful Paul Stanley written song. That's cool finding out like other people will write it and give it to another singer. That's the Beatle-esque, you know?
I don't know how true this is, but apparently he wrote that for Rod Stewart.
I heard that.
That might be. I don't know how. I could hear that being but then he's like, "Hey, Peter, you want to sing this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I heard he thought about Roster writing it too, but actually wanted to give it to him, like because back in that time they would. Songwriters were big on giving other people songs.
Hey, here you go.
Because it's like a credit, like
well, like 2000, man. Keith Richards gave that to Ace. Yeah, like, which you hear.
I love 2000, man, dude.
Don't you know?
Even Ace when he sings it, like those songs fit him.
Like his voice when he's dude, like that rasp. Yeah, like it's almost Bronx, like and that Bronx. Kids, they just don't understand me at all. And the guitar tone is great. It's just pure Marshall, Les Paul, Marshall, nothing else.
But it's kind of blues too. That song, like, it has a lot of like it's like Stones, you know, like you said, like obviously
the guitar solo is just screeching, just like oh my gosh, this is the Ace. This is the Ace we know, you know.
Yeah, it sucks when he left, dude. But like even Creatures of the Night, even though they had the drummer, the OG drummer, or the OG guitars, it was still a good record.
Good.
Like that's crazy
Vinnie
thing about
Vincent's
it.
playing was really good, despite him causing a lot of issues for the band at that time.
Even for Lick It Up, like
that would imagine just being at that. Well, because like I don't know if we can even equate something to our modern band something that was as good as Kiss taking their makeup off. Yeah. Did we have something as dramatic as that?
No,
not there was like.
Because they wouldn't even show their faces.
No.
Like, that's how...
that was the mystique.
Yeah, because they'll go to court or whatever, they're in public, they'll cover their faces. Because nobody knew how they looked like until... Pretty much they were like that for 10 years.
It was like...
10 years of nobody, like, the public. Obviously, they would rehearse and do stuff without their makeup. Like, their managers wouldn't know how they look like. People
and their family.
But they kept it. They kept it a secret. I feel like now you can't trust people nowadays. Yeah. I feel like back then people had some type of loyalty. Like nah.
If they try, I feel like if they tried to do that now, then someone would just like give like a Snapchat video. Like, I found them backstage. Exactly. This is what they look like.
Back then, I feel like it'd be way easier to get away with it. I feel like even though it's difficult, but nowadays I feel like you can't do that.
Apparently, the press that was like one of the big things. Like the press was like that was their big mission. Like they didn't care who this band was until they made it such a big deal of this mistake.
Shout out to Kiss.
Shout out to Kiss.
Shout out to all the 4 members, OG members,
fallen members,
the ones that contributed, like Bruce, you know,
Bob Kulick.
Yeah, too. All the
bro, he was a solo for Sweet Victory. He was a guitarist on there. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah.
Freaking Bob Kulick.
Did he audition?
He did, but then Paul was like he didn't fit the look.
Yeah.
But I'm like. What does that mean?
But at the same time, we wouldn't have Ace. Yeah, so it's kind of like everything works. Like, it's just weird how the universe
works like that.
Just, some things are like you might be like what, but it's like I don't know. Like I feel bad because he was a good guitarist. I heard it was like a close tie, like it was him or Ace, but Ace just had that. Like Ace had that cool, you know, that calm, like he's laid back.
Yeah, we're chill.
He's like, I'm a plumber.
Yeah. Actually, I'm a plumber.
Yeah, I like his laugh too. It's crazy that he's like everybody's favorite laugh.
I know so
he's everybody's favorite person. Like everybody fucks with Ace. Ace is that dude.
Because he was like reasonable too. Like, not even reasonable, but like
I think he's just real too. Like he's one of those real. He's always been real type of thing. As in like
because like
authentic.
You can only act so which this is not to discredit the seriousness of Kiss because they succeeded a lot, but like at some extent, if you are in like you got somewhat of a like makeup face on, you gotta like know like hey, this is part of your act. Like Ace, I think he was like, hey, I'm not taking this too serious, but I do take it serious enough. Yeah, this is my job.
Because he was kind of like distancing himself because he wasn't really like in the music direction in 79, 80. So I feel like he had to care enough to be like, because they're doing more of the pop.
Yeah.
But I don't hate on it. I don't judge on it. But everybody has their 2 cents,
Right.
Like that's why a lot of people like Ace because he's more rock orientated. Like let's stick with the OG, and everybody's like, no, we're going with the times, But that's why I feel like a lot of people respect Ace for that. Like, oh, he was like real,
Yeah.
Which I respect it too because I truly see him as like I feel like everybody have their share. Like we were just talking great about Gene Simmons, even a lot of people dog shit on him.
Yeah.
And he might be a certain way, but I feel like. We were just jamming to the songs right now. So it's like hard to it's hard.
We were just jamming the early Kiss just now. It was awesome.
Deuce, bro. It was a Gene Simmons song. Like we were talking about too, how a lot of people that hate on Kiss or hate on the other guys, like they don't know that like they had a lot of good music too in the beginning.
And they influenced they're like everyone's like your rapper's favorite rapper. It's like your favorite rock band's favorite rock band. Like a lot of influences can be traced back to Kiss.
Right.
Like and with music style, with stage fashion, with pyrotechnics, they were kind of like them and the Who. Yeah. Were the first bands to really use like fire and cannons during a show. Like, and the Who wasn't even doing it like that. They were just sticking fucking TNT in their kick drum, you know? Yeah. Like,
that's what they had the live concerts, live albums, because it was such a. Their albums were pretty. I mean, their live performances were so big that, like, because I guess the first 3 albums they didn't even make a. Like, they weren't doing good.
They weren't doing.
Until they made that live.
That's like what I said earlier.
Yeah.
They were like, man, they were like, what if we made a live album to match what people like from our show? And they just did like 3 different nights at Detroit, Cobble Hall, and that's what we know as Kiss Alive. Yeah. You know, they did a couple overdubs in the studio after, but newsflash, like, so did all of our favorite live album records, unfortunately. Yeah. But, like, that put them on the map. But it also kind of helped put live albums more on the map because, like, Johnny Cash live at Folsom Prison kind of was that yours?
Yeah, I think it was my MacBook.
Okay. MacBook. No,
MacBook's true.
I think Johnny Cash live at both our ADHD was a squirrel. Yeah. Johnny Cash live at Folsom Prison, that kind of helped put live albums on the map because before it was just like jazz records or orchestras. Yeah. Like, you know, that crowd likes, but not like the general public. The general public, I think, started liking live albums when like the Who live at Leeds kind of came, and then like. Then with Kiss Alive, they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is like I'm there. Like there are the cannons, there's the guitars. Oh, this is cool." Like and then that's what helped put Kiss more on the mainstream map, and then Destroyer the next year. Yeah. Which if you know as much as you do with Kiss, you know about the not Cadillac. You know about the radio station story. With Spawn so. Kiss. Yeah. They're like, "You better play Kiss, or we'll surround your stadium." And they're like. Yeah, these kids. Yeah, they're not gonna do nothing. And they boom. What the? Oh my God! And then now everyone's surrounding it. But that's like fan loyalty too. It's a testament to that. But like, you know, like even before a band gets big, they will always have that like their crowd. Yeah. You know, like even with Aware, like our band, like we're not like for everyone, and I know that. But the fact that we can have like our crowd and our following, you know, like too. That's a blessing. Yeah. And really, if I were to encourage any artist, any creator, whatever it may be, like just, you know, be happy with the following. Whether it's like, whether it's even 5 people, 10 people, 5 views, 10 views, or even 150 or 150. You know, like it's. Be glad that it's been. I've always liked the quote from Gary Vee. Anything's better than 0. Right. You know, like anything's better than 0. Like, but also like, some people look at like 100 views on a video. Oh, I'm doing bad. Yeah. Have 100 like it's like playing for 100 people in a room. Yeah. You know, like you ever spoke to 100 people in a room? Like that's a lot of people. Yeah. And then that helps kind of change perspective a little bit. But like, yeah.
Well, but that's cool that. You could talk about Kiss and stuff like that, man.
That's cool that you know so much, bro. I love that.
Yeah, I'm just I'm not just like that with kids. I'm like with friends. I'm really deep into music. Mm-hmm. Kind of like backgrounds. I like the backgrounds of music. Kind of like all these artists. I'm big. Like I know everything about Fleetwood Mac too. Like I just really into like the retrospective.
You're kind of like a music historian
type of thing. Yeah, they call me the music encyclopedia. Like I'm music board like games. That. You know where you have to QR scan the code and Spotify. Everybody wants to be on my team because they're like, because I know I'm good with the years and the decade, and I'm like, I remember things like
Some
that.
People hate to play you and finish the lyrics somehow because they're like, this man knows every song. Yeah. I'm like, sorry.
Or they have like, what the decade, like what song is this, like what decade or something.
That sounds like the 70s. Yeah. And you're like. They look up, you're like, oh my God, you were right. You're like, hey, there's no.
I got that with Rick Astley because we were playing this game in Mexico because my cousins there are really music inclined too. Yeah. So they gave me this board game, but they had their own, but they gave it to me because they thought about me because they know I'm into music like that. And they're like, oh, let's play that game that we gave you. And it was like with my cousins. They're like my age, you know? Right. And they're like really music inclined. Like they know good music, you know, and they're really cultured.
Yeah.
Like they know like all their shows, all their movies. Like they know Breaking Bad. So it's like what, you know. So we were like playing that game. Yeah, and I remember like we were playing and they played that song and it was like a team game. Like there's a group and it was just 3 guys versus 3 girls. It was me, my dad, and my cousin's husband, my cousin-in-law. And I remember he was like, is this what, 83? Because we had to guess the name, and I knew the name obviously. They knew the name, but we had to guess the year. And they're like, is this like 83? And I was like, no, it's 87. They're like, what? Are you sure? I'm like, bro.
Trust me.
I promise you it's 87. He was like, but it sounds 83. No, bro. I'm not even like arguing. Like, we're going to go with 87 because it's 87. Like, I promise you, I know this song. I know the details, you know?
Like, certain years have a sound.
Yeah, and I just told him it's 1987. Trust me, I'm a 1987 geek. I like that year in general of music.
So you like Appetite for Destruction?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
1987. I like George Michael Faith album. Like, come on. I like 87 in general. Sign of the Times, Prince, Bad album. U2. You know, they did that, the iconic albums. So anyways, I brought him, like, dude, I told him 1987. He's like, all right. And they finally checked, and everybody looked at me like an alien, like, dude.
How do you know?
That was weird because they said, "How do you know it's?"
They're like, "This is my year." What are you talking about?
It's because they're pretty. I think they're so good in their circle. So me is like, no, it's 87. They felt like, well,
this is my circle.
Yeah, like I'm on this, you know.
Well, like,
but shout out to them. They're pretty good at that music stuff. But that's how I like playing those games.
Well, it's also like certain years have even in our years, like 20, like. There was a reel I just saw. It played like 10 beats from 2014 back to back.
Yeah.
It was like the do 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 or the do 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 and like that. And you really think like that really did have a sound to it. Like you don't think about these things like when you're living through it, but then like when you really think back, or you are, you either really are thinking like, oh gosh, this sounds so today. Yeah. Well, I mean like making beats in like 2018, if you were to do something that's like that was popular in 2016, they'd be like, oh, that's so 2016, bro. Like, what you doing? But then like now, like everything's got a sound to where almost it'd be like, oh, that's kind of reminiscent. That's throwback. Yeah. Like so, freaking for 80s stuff, you know, like it's so specific. Sometimes to its year, like. I don't know if it was the cocaine they were sniffing. I don't know if it was the production. It definitely was the production. But like for you, for 87, that's like, I'm pretty good at guessing if stuff's in like 84. Yeah. You know, like, and it started,
84 was another good year.
It started with Van Halen.
Yeah.
You know, but like.
84 was like, cool. Purple Rain. Yeah. You know? Oh, man. It's alright. We'll just keep it rolling, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, we just do like the next 10 minutes of just audio. That's usually what I do. Cause I think since it does that earlier, like it kind of run out.
Yeah. You said Prince.
Purple Rain.
It's like 84 through 87 was like a peak. The golden like
80s.
But it was for I don't know why, like, but it just was, you know.
Yeah, like, even 85 with Tears for Fears, like it's just a good year, you know.
Huey Lewis in the News.
Yeah.
Like, was Run DMC 85?
86.
86. Okay.
Even 86 was cool.
Yeah. They were just like something in the air. Like it was more electric. I don't know.
I think it was just
you see it in the videos you look up.
It was just it was like a big upgrade from the early 80s because the early 80s was a lot of punk, you know, a lot of like it was like low quality
fading out from the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. And they had like that low quality era of music videos and stuff. Like I don't know, I could just tell the early 80s and mid 80s. Yeah, mid 80s was way more polished, as in like even like these artists like Prince and stuff in the early 80s, they were like in the punk era, they were more like controversial, and in the mid 80s they were more polished, you know, more pop star-ish, you know, more pop star behavior, you know, or making music more for the radio.
Right.
But yeah, early 80s was like bold. I think early 80s was bold and kind of like black and white. You know, like just like pixely, it was just very like unique.
Right.
Everybody was kind of like in that like rebellious.
They knew they were in a new era, but they're still like still used to the 70s. Yeah. So they're still kind of dressing like not the bland colors, but the darker kind of colors.
Cause look at the Queen, the game, you know, like the album, you know, like No One Bites the Dust. It was very like that's like the beat, like bold and like very like in your face, you know.
Showed you like, oh shoot, this is what. Yeah. Well, like I think of like I think like Motorhead, like Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Like nothing sounded like that before it, you know? Like, and so that was kind of like showing like, hey, this is one of those things that's in the now.
Yeah. Like,
this is what's now. And now, after like 3 years after Ace of Spades, we have Anthrax, Metallica. Yeah. And then after Metallica, a little bit after Megadeth, and then Slayer. Like, so it's like the early 80s was bold for the later 80s to be brighter. I don't know. Yeah. You know, because then like you get into the later, like then you got Poison, Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses and Skid Row, they represented like the street kind of like punker side of like rock, but then like you have Poison and more of yacht rock kind of stuff that's like brighter colors, you know.
Like, plus a lot of R&B was coming in the late 80s too.
And hip hop was hip hop's now pop, like with NWA.
And with 88, 89 was a lot of like R&B. And then you go to the 90s. 90s was just everything.
Straight grunge.
It's grunge, but
grunge and hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop, and then it was a lot of like Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson. Like,
how do you feel about grunge?
I like grunge.
It's like a mix with like people.
Yeah,
I feel like you either like it or you don't.
I appreciate grunge. I like Alice in Chains. I like Nirvana.
Yeah.
I like Soundgarden. So I like grunge. I respect grunge. I've been listening to it more now than back then, for sure.
But
I came with Nirvana, obviously, but now I've been listening to like these other guys, Alan and Chains. Like, dude, these guys were also during that time, which is like the early 91. It was like a bunch of grunge.
I don't know why I didn't listen to it back then. Like, I didn't listen to it at all. I don't know. Like, it wasn't like I don't like grunge. Like, I liked 80s rock, but I didn't hate grunge because I liked it. You know, because that was the thing. They were like, oh, grunge killed hair metal. I'm like, hair metal killed hair metal. Yeah. Like, but grunge also did. Like, let's be honest. But like, also, like, I just didn't really pay attention to it. But then, like, when I finally did, I knew what I was missing. Yeah. Especially Alice in Chains. Yeah. You know, like, cause like that's Julia. Like, that's her favorite band. Like, she put me on that heavily. Jerry Cantrell's guitar playing and songwriting.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you're like me. We're more like 80s rock type of thing. We're more like into the classic
80s,
rock,
kind of 70s.
70s, 80s rock, and some people are more into the 90s. And then after rock, you know, like 90 to after, we're more like 87 and before, you know, type of music. I feel like, but I do appreciate the 90s, especially now.
Yeah, 90s definitely came on a little later.
Yeah, right? And they have like, they're cool, you know, they're, like I said, I have a whole 90s rock playlist. But I feel like, even like, look, Ozzy came in the 90s too with No More Tears album. That's like, it's 90s. It sounds 90s, but it's like, dude, it's
Ozzy. Like, rest in peace. Let's take a drink to that.
That's exactly. Cheers, bro. But yeah, exactly. Like, cheers.
To the Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness, man. But yeah, same thing. Like, it's 90s, but, you know, No More Tears is so 90s, but it's like, I like it, you know?
It was like like, you pay attention to production, right? Like, so, like, you ever notice, like, stuff after 90, like, the year 1990, like, it got brighter. Like, it's almost like they took treble and just threw 50 yards downfield. Like, it's like everything got bright, but not in, like, too bright. Yeah. Like I feel like every year, like, in that beginning of that decade, it shows, like, hey, this is what the sound is now. Yeah. Like, from the 50s, you know, like, with, like, multi-track recording, that was new. They're like, hey, this is what's going to be new. Like, reverby, kind of surf rocky stuff. And then later in the 60s, now guitars are getting louder. They're like, hey, this is the sound now. We got 4-track. We got maybe turning into 8-track. Could be something. Then 70s with disco and R&B. They're like, this is the sound now. 80s, like, everything had synths. Everything had fucking synths. You know? Like, or like big drums. Like, this is the sound. With the 90s, I feel like the This Is the Sound Now albums was like, it was the hip hop stuff along with like the metal, like the Megadeth, Metallica. But then also, like, Extreme, and then also, like, even Van Halen with For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Like, there was this different, like, okay, this is what the sound is now for the 90s. Yeah. And you bring in Alice in Chains and Nirvana and all that, and then it's like, okay, this is really what the fucking sound is now. Yeah. Like, this is like...
They had a lot of, like, the soft rock, too, in the 90s, too. Like, kind of like Savage Garden. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but they have a lot...
I've heard the name.
You should listen to Savage Garden. It's really 90s, late 90s, 97, 98 type of band. And they make a lot of ballads, but they have some cool rock songs, you know?
But then
I'll show you later. But yeah, they're cool. They're
nice.
Cool. They're big '90s. That's when they were doing a lot of duos. You know, in the '90s too. Like duos, or they have like a boy bands and stuff like that too in the '90s. That was like a late '90s thing, like the boy bands, huh?
Even with they're the boy bands and country.
Yeah.
Like '90s, that was big. Like you can ask shout out to Brielle and everyone in my band, but specifically Brielle and Jagger because they're the country heads. You can ask them about '90s, man.
'90s country.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, but like, I don't know, like the '80s and like there was something in certain eras. You're just like, man, there really was something in the air.
Yeah.
For that.
I even like early '90s too. Early '90s was still kind of like '88. 88 to like 92 was like a different, like its own rock era. 88 to like 92.
Right.
So even 92, you still had Guns N' Roses, November Rain. Like you still had classic 90s songs,
ballads,
and that's
big
still,
guitars.
It's still kind of like 80s, like this where they had
with
like
Megadeth, you had shred guitar,
yeah.
like even like chunky rhythm guitar, political lyrics, you know, like. But then like you also like. Let's talk like extreme for like More Than Words. You got now more acoustic stuff, more folky, like slow love song. Like '90s, I feel like was the love song.
Even the power ballads too.
Yeah,
remember the Celine Dion? They had some power sound. It was a big soundtrack era. Everything has soundtrack. In the '90s, every movie was soundtrack.
Phil Collins and Tarzan.
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
Oh man.
You got Titanic.
What's your favorite movie soundtrack ever? Oof. Okay. All right. Ever, and then. As of recent years.
Let's see. Favorite soundtrack. My favorite, I say Purple Rain is from a movie soundtrack, but it's still considered an album.
It's a good soundtrack.
That's my favorite. But if I'm being like specific, like it's already songs, like different type of people making. You know, most soundtracks is different artists. Prince was just like it's his own movie, his own.
Yeah.
It's like a soundtrack / a studio album. It's kind of like low, but it's considered a soundtrack because it's from a movie. Yeah. But I think I like Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
The Bee Gees. John Travolta.
That's good though.
That was like that soundtrack. That whole soundtrack represents a whole era. You know, and it's funny because other people, they had other artists singing Bee Gees written songs. So it's all they were in charge of the music.
That was the thing of the 70s.
Yeah, the music creation.
Everyone was covering each other.
Yeah. Like, it's funny because they the first 5 songs it's them, and then the next 5 songs there's like instrumentals of the movie and like the covers of their songs, but they didn't want to take the whole album. But yeah, they kind of like here we have so many songs that we'll have some people cover it, you know. But I like that one, especially back in the 70s. That was like the first soundtrack to be popped, to be like. Oh, like it became a thing. It inspired the 90s, yeah. It also inspired the 80s because there's soundtrack in the 80s too, you know. But I'm saying that kind of like that became a soundtrack. Even though there's soundtracks before and songs for movies, you know. Yeah. Kind of like that Dustin Hoffman movie, The Graduate. I don't know if you remember. There's a popular Simon Garfunkel. They had that one song, Sounds of Silence. Yeah. That song was popular for that. That song was popular for that movie. It became like, a soundtrack thing. But as an album, I think Bee Gees started the whole late 70s.
So maybe not as of recent. Okay. My favorite soundtrack, and then I'll ask you the second question too. Maybe not as of recent years, but my favorite soundtrack is probably either the Cars soundtrack or Back to the Future. Yeah. Because the Cars soundtrack is just banger after banger. Yeah. Even the James Taylor Our Town. Yeah. Like, because like my like growing up, I don't know if you grew up in a religious family, but my family was pretty like strict on the music I was listening to. Not terribly, but like I had like on my iPod they would take it and they would put the music on there. Yeah. A lot of it was like, you know, Christian rock bands, like a lot of church stuff, which wasn't bad. Like like Reliant K was a great band to listen to, and Toby Mac and all that stuff.
Toby Mac is cool.
You know, Toby Mac is great. Yeah. You know, this is stuff. You know, like it's the stuff you grew up on. Yeah, like, it's great.
Good music too.
KJ52. No. Okay, that was my brother. That was all him. But that's how I ended up with knowing who Leak and Brewster was, just through them putting the music on. But then they put the Phineas and Ferb soundtrack on there too, and then a Disney soundtrack.
Disney soundtrack is hard. Lion King, that's one of my favorites. That's my favorite Disney soundtrack, Lion King.
Probably Cars.
Elton John in the mix. He was in the mix, dude.
Wait, he was?
Elton in the Lion King.
Oh.
But a lot of the cast members sang it. But he also had his versions in the soundtrack.
I was today years old finding that out.
Yeah. It was funny because he would write the songs.
Yeah.
But they had the cast members sing as a movie.
Okay.
But he also, he had his own versions in the soundtrack, which also became, like, hits. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the Song of Life and stuff like that. Yeah. He had his own version of singing. No. It'd be, like, his own style that fits him, so... It sounds 90-ish, too. It's super 90s.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite movie? I asked earlier, it was like, what's your favorite of recent years? But I thought of a better one. What's your favorite movie score?
Personally?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many good ones, but I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna be nerdy.
Okay.
For a second, is Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. I have to.
John Williams, dude. Shout out John Williams.
His music in general, but it's just so nostalgic. Every time I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
When I watch that movie and hear the score, especially that one scene where Anakin kind of switched, the moment where he was like staring out the window, and Padme was staring back at him, and they had like that eerie music in the background. I'm like, dude, John
Williams, man.
Attack of the Clones too. He had good music too. That's like my second probably favorite score. But Revenge of the Sith, especially at Obi-Wan versus Anakin, like the score was like perfect. Yeah.
It's probably A New Hope, just because I can hum most of the New Hope one, but I'm just such a John Williams fan, and like I like orchestra compositions, but like not as much as to call myself a fanatic. But like the fact that like ultimately a good song is what you can remember, and like he's the soundtrack of so many movies, Superman, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, like
Indiana Jones,
right? Like it's just like so many like
Jaws, I think.
Jaws, yes.
Jaws too?
You're right. It is.
They work together a lot, Spielberg and George Lucas.
I want to go to a live John Williams symphony. Like that's like, if there's any symphony concert I want to go to, it's like the Sonic Symphony for one, and the John Williams.
Like you said, I also I like orchestra, but it's not like I listen to it all the time. But I have like my like songs. Sometimes
you respect it.
I usually have playlists, but sometimes I put my like songs because I don't know what I want to listen to.
Right.
And like a John Williams Star Wars song will pop up, like Attack of the Clones.
E.T. too.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah.
Like one of his songs, and it's not like I skip, I leave it because it's so iconic.
So fun, especially to drive to.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like I remember. Like freshman year, my family, like my mom and dad took me and my brother to Vegas for a couple days. A great trip. But I remember the whole time driving there and back, I was listening to Throne Room end title, just over and over and over again. Just like, because there was something new to listen. Because it was like I don't know how long it is, but it's like 8 minutes, like 10 minutes, like a long symphony song, like rather than just. I was listening past it because I found something new to listen to, and he's really good at that. And so John Williams, he's definitely the greatest. I would go as far to say the greatest composer of our generation. And the generations before us. But not before us as far as Mozart and Beethoven, but he is up there. Yeah. Like, because ultimately, like we said with drumming and guitar playing, 5 seconds into a song, you know it's who that is. Like, you know it's a John Williams composition. Like, or even anything Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
you already know.
Freaking, so yeah. Shout out John Williams.
Shout out, bro.
And he's still doing it.
That's what I heard. I said he's still in the stages, bro.
Shout out to my band, The Band Aware. We have a couple shows coming up. We have a show this Saturday at Nino's Bar and Grill in Modesto. And then we have a show, I believe, on March 14th with Blue Line and Flying Blind. That is going to be at Twisted Pig in Modesto. We have a EP called Taking Back What's Mine. We have a music video for our song Taco Truck Burrito that we were talking about. Big shout out to Mario and the End of the World podcast for just giving a lot of artists a platform rather than just myself, but just thank you, man, for giving people an opportunity, bro. Like, he interviewed my band a couple years ago, and you don't even know, but that was a lot for me. That was a big milestone because I'm like, hey, my first podcast. But like it was even though we were like blah, blah, loud the whole time, it was cool to like it was cool to look back on and be like, this was at first the first podcast. Like
the first step. It leads us back. Yeah, it leads us back to now for sure. Of course, bro. Anytime, like I told Seth, he's always welcome back. And any band members, we're going to have a lot of episodes with them and them as a group, so it's going to be exciting things. And But yeah, I'm gonna have your links in the description for your
you,
band because they need people, they need listeners, dude, because you guys deserve it, man. You guys need
I really appreciate
more listeners, so that's why I'm trying to help y'all too, get more listeners because you guys. I want to help you guys.
This guy's been down for the count since the beginning. For sure. Seriously.
2 years, dude. 2 years. Almost 3 years, dude.
And then shout out to Giovanni. He was the previous episode. Mm-hmm. So if you want to check out the previous episode, whatever link he puts it in, or if he puts it in the video, there it is.
Yes, sir.
But yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Thank you for listening to me yap and go sidetrack.
Oh, man. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Thank you.